Hello everyone! This hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series. Today's class is Facts and Figures, Part 2. In yesterday's class, we just began the unit and we were brainstorming for new vocabulary related to facts and figures. Not new vocabulary, but I should say vocabulary that you're familiar with when we're talking about facts and figures, specifically how numbers change over time, the language we can use to talk about change, trends, numbers, change, that kind of thing. So yesterday we just began with a little bit of brainstorming, and today we're going to go a step further and give you some new language to practice. Okay, so more about that in just a moment. First, a little bit about me. For those of you who are new, I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. That means turn off your microphone when you're not speaking so we can keep the classroom quiet. Also, tune in to the new words you're learning and use them as actively as you can so I can correct you and give you feedback. Finally, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. And this is from yesterday. These are our notes. So if you want to open that, you'll see that wonderful blue graphic. You know you're in the right place. Let's go down to yesterday's class and do a quick review. As you can see, we are here in Unit 13. There's 16 units altogether, so we're almost done with the level, actually. And we'll scroll down to page 6. And there we have this unit. You've got, I'll open this in the background. So it takes a minute to load. Okay, so right now we just have the presentation. After today's class, I'm going to create a link for your homework, and I'm going to start creating the map that will help you review the key points of the unit. In yesterday's class, spelling mistake. In yesterday's class, we began a new unit on facts and figures, or how to talk about trends, quantities, and points in time. We brainstormed on what the initial image meant, the one that we saw here. There you go. And by brainstorming, we came up with some vocabulary. All that vocabulary I put for you on the next page. So these are words that you were more familiar with. I think the important thing is words like a drop in price, a spike in price. It doesn't have to be price, it could be whatever. A drop, a spike, a rise, an increase, decrease. Those were some of the main things to talk about change with figures. So I think that was not bad. Then we had some keywords: profit, loss, shares. All that's pretty good. So it's a good start. We're going to add to that today. So what? So what did that mean? Well, the so what is you should now have a few keywords for facts and figures, as well as an idea how to talk about percentages, cardinal or ordinal numbers, fractions, or dates. Now what? What should you do about it? Well, 3 things. You had a little assignment, which is bring in we're going to do a little show and tell. Come in with a special number of your own. We ran out of time yesterday. So a percentage, a number, a fraction or date. Give us a hint about why it's important. Let's see if we can figure it out and then tell us the right answer. I gave you a progress test to test your knowledge of Unit 12. So if there's any questions from the progress test, let me know in this class or in the future if you haven't had a chance to do it. Finally, bring in your presentations from last Thursday. So yesterday I completely forgot that we had presentations that we didn't finish. So we can do them, maybe we could do 1 or 2 per class. Okay? So that was the last thing we did last Thursday. And, whoops, let's put that on the screen as well. I think it was here. I'll put that on the screen as well. Alright, so that's what we're doing. Maybe we can do a quick presentation before we do anything else. So, I think, Greg, you were the one who mentioned the presentation, am I right?
Yes, I got it.
Excellent. So, let's get this on screen so we can just see what we had to do, and then let's listen to yours. Then anyone else, if you want to go, we probably have time to do 2. If not, we'll do it later in the week. What's happening with this? Oh, this is not the presentation, this is the actual slide. Uh-oh. There we go, it's loading. It's loading slowly. There we go. So, you had to prepare a presentation, which you can see in part 2, to give to the Medstin staff. You should each prepare one part of the presentation, including the following points: give the current situation and plans for the future, an idea of the schedule, refer to possible concerns, and give a call for action. And all of that language was summarized in the map. And I'll open it in the background, and then we can take a look how much of the key language you're able to use. Right? So let's start with your presentation then, and everyone else, you're going to basically listen and give some feedback at the end. How effective was it? Was there any language he could have used? If there was something that you think could have been added? And just how is it? Did it make the right impression? Okay, so let's try it out. Are you ready, Greg?
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Okay, so Jean-Eric, I know you are the CEO of Medspin, no?
That's right. I'm the CEO of Medstin, and you're the consultant.
Okay. So first of all, thanks for your confidence and to give us an opportunity to work together. Our idea is to focus on 2 basic points. And I think one philosophy is to giving priority of return on investment in a short or at most in a medium term. The first point is we are proposing to Medspin realize a really hunting of useless cost and inefficiencies to streamline Medstin. We can carry out this phase over the next 2 quarters. Okay, so we have we will have a serious look on the overhead, especially renting. Okay, we want to renegotiate all the rentals because we think it's a very strong cost for Medstin. Second point, we want to offer a restructuration of the staff of Medstin, and we want to eliminate open plan offices, and we propose you to reschedule shift, lunch hours, and in big line the restructure the labor policy. We know that this kind of decision should be painful, but there's no way we have to do it. It's for the future of Medspin, and probably is going to get result immediately, and what we are looking for. The second focus is on your core business. We think that medicine have to focus on what he really on his own strength, and where he's really good in the market. We propose outsource non-core business activities, for example, delivery, maintenance, people in reception desk, for example, and to focus on marketing and investigation. Why? What? To give more value to your own clients. Okay, so is that clear for Senor Mr. Jean-Eric?
Senor Jean-Eric.
Mr. Sorry.
Senor Doctor. Yes, in general, yes. I think I got the overall point of view. So, outsourcing and refocusing on core business in general.
Exactly. It's the second point. The first point is to hunting useless costs, and to streamline medicine in any point we analyze, like restructuration the staff, eliminate open plan offices, have a look on overhead, especially on rentals, and to change the labor policy.
Okay, so I think your suggestions are pretty clear. Shall we ask the rest of the group what they think before we talk about it? Before we talk about the language, shall we ask what the reaction is from the group? Greg?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's open this up to the rest of the group in the meeting. First of all, are you clear on what he's proposing as a consultant to the company at class? I understood, but then again, I'm a native speaker. So what about the rest of you? Was his presentation clear for you? That means Daniel, Jose, Odi, Rebecca. Were you able to follow his presentation pretty well? Greg, why is no one speaking?
Yes, it was clearly. Because it's because I used to understand very well Spanish people speaking English.
I see. Well, it's not important in this meeting that everyone understands every single detail. What's important is that he said some expressions that helped you follow the general idea. So if you can follow the structure, then that's good enough for today. The details you can ask about. So let me ask Jose. You're a Spanish speaker. So that means, according to Daniel's logic, you should understand this pretty well as well. So, Jose, what did you think of Greg's suggestions about the content of what he said?
I think that he suggests a lot of change in the organization. I think that these
too many
suggestions,
changes, or it's okay?
For me, the changes are okay for me.
Okay.
I think the changes are a good idea for me.
Okay. Is there one in particular that stands out? Is there one suggestion that you liked?
For example,
yeah,
it's a good idea. It is a good idea for me.
When we're speaking, we tend to say "for instance" rather than "for example." For instance.
Okay. For instance.
So one more time. Repeat that, but not for example. say.
Okay.
For instance.
For instance,
Yeah.
reorganization the staff for me it is a good idea.
Because?
Because the cost are will be less.
Okay. Maybe we could bring down the
Yes,
expense. Bring it down.
break down the expenses. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Someone's got construction going on in the house. I hear hammering. Who's hammering?
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's I've got a lot. I've got a walker near my home. Sorry.
You want to restructure the company, but you're restructuring your house right now.
Yes.
I see. I see.
Try to mute. Sorry.
What about you, Rebecca? What was your impression overall?
Well, I wasn't able to follow all the change, you know.
Okay.
So if you can summarize them.
Let's do this, Rebecca. You tell Greg what you understood in general, and then he can maybe summarize what you missed. So what did you get from it? Because that will tell him where he needs to be more clear, right? So
Okay.
how he's reaching the audience. So what did you get from it in general?
Well, for example,
For instance?
For instance, the points I couldn't get where they start or they finish when he was explaining them. You know, I think he could be more clear with a small introduction with each change, like festival. Secondly, something like
Okay,
that.
so maybe some better phrases to give structure when he's talking about the details.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca, that's the idea. Maybe a little more structure
Yeah,
when he's
for
talking
me.
about the details. Okay, I
Because
think that's
it was like a mix, for me it sounds mix.
okay.
But I said I don't really understand what you mean, because I begin my exposition, my explanation, saying that our idea is to focus on 2 points. So
That was
the first
great.
one,
But
the first one and the second one.
inside of those
point.
points, inside of those points,
Inside.
you need to do the exact same thing. So look at it like a bunch of boxes, right? You have to kind of fill the boxes. The first box is the presentation. My presentation will consist of 2 areas, 2 points that we need to focus on. Or I think we can summarize this in 2 points. Each point is an empty box that you need to fill with points. So I think what Rebecca's saying is, and I think it's a valid criticism. The details were great, and the language that you used, 90% of it was perfect. There's a 10% we need to look at. But most of it was very good, very idiomatic. But it was hard to follow even for me. I mean, I got it because I'm used to listening to non-native speakers. I think I remember most of the points. But you could have made it a little more user-friendly by quantifying what you wanted to say in each point. So in point 1, well, there are 3 areas in particular that I think we should focus on. First of all, blah, 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 blah. Following that, we ought to blah, 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 blah. And to finish up, so just those, what we call signposting. Rebecca, that's the phrase you're looking for. You need to signpost the presentation.
Could you write it, please, for us?
I will try my best. One second. You sign, I don't know if it's 2 words or 1 word, actually. I think it's 1 word. To signpost a talk or a presentation. Signpost means that you put the traffic signs back on the street. And you have to signpost for the macro structure, the big structure, but in each part you also have to signpost. Keep the listener oriented all the way through. So I think that's a really good point. It would have helped me too. Odie, is there anything else you would add? Jose, Odie, Daniel, anything else you want to add to what Rebecca and Daniel already said? No. Rebecca, Jose, and Daniel already said no? Okay, so let's look at language for a second before we move on. So, give me just a second. I'm going to paste my notes in there. I'm going to have to explain this, Greg, because it might not be very clear. So I just took notes while you were speaking. I'll try to explain them. Okay, so you can see part 1 at the top and part 2 at the bottom. So I've got notes in 3 parts. The first part is the expression. Thanks for your confidence. That expression you used to open the presentation I thought was really effective. You said something, thanks for your confidence in me to, I don't remember exactly what you said. Do you remember what you said?
See, give us opportunity to work together.
There you go. Great. I think it's a great way to start. It really sounds professional, so I agree. In part 1, you said the philosophy is, or the philosophy would be. I think you need to say that without the word philosophy. It's okay, but I think you need to use words that are very concrete. What's a more concrete way to say the philosophy or our philosophy? A more black and white, concrete way. More direct.
The main idea.
The main idea?
The policy.
Okay.
Policy.
Policy? It sounds like the government. It's not.
But,
I'm just saying.
When we are talking about a company, we can say the policy of the company is, do.
Yeah. Of course, you're right. But I think what Greg wants to say here is, by philosophy, he means
okay.
the idea that the consultants have.
Spirit.
It's to me.
The objective.
Say again.
The objective or our goal.
Okay, that's clear. It's simple and clear. Our goal would be, or look, instead of saying philosophy, just say we think. It's clear. It's concrete. It's simple. We think. If you want to sound more business-like,
okay.
Our approach is another way to say it. So I'll give you 2 possibilities here. What we think is, you can use this kind of what we call clef structure. What we think is, or what we thought was, or you could say our approach.
Our approach, okay. Like
maybe it's because philosophy sounds like Descartes and Aristotle.
Okay. It's very used in Spanish and French, but okay.
Yeah, we got to be much more direct, I think.
So our approach is to give priority of return return on investment in short or medium term.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just more clear. Our philosophy, if you want to say that, it's got to be something philosophical. Our philosophy is that all employees have equal say. Now that is a philosophy, because that's not an obvious thing that a company would do. But here, I think you should be more direct, because it's not really your philosophy. I mean, you could say it in another way. But anyway, I just think when possible, replace abstract words with concrete words for this kind of presentation.
Okay.
Maybe it's more effective. Also, okay, so just a few points about language. Philosophy was 1 point. Another, maybe there's a better expression also for medium term. It's okay to say medium term, but maybe an alternative could be in the short run. Have you heard that expression? In the short run? Run here means the same as term.
Okay.
Only because medium term is okay, but a more idiomatic expression. So look, in the short run, what we want to do is blah, blah, blah. You said hunting useless costs to streamline. Streamline is a great idea. Good word. Instead of hunting, you could say to root out, like what a pig does with truffles. To root out something. Let me see if I can remember if it's root, like R-O-O-T. I forgot if it's the same word. I'm just got to look it up because I know it's spelled strangely. 1 second. Oh, it's spelled without the E. Okay, yeah, here it is. Because I know it's spelled differently than normal root. There we go. To root out. To root out means to hunt. For example, a pig roots out truffles in the forest because they have a good sense of smell, or whatever pigs do to locate truffles. People can't find them, so they send out pigs. Dogs root out the fox in the forest. So root out means to hunt, but really because you have a special skill. So that's why I would say root out is better than hunt. Or I would just say look for.
Okay.
Rather than useless, I would also say excess, maybe, or something excess or superfluous. Something that means extra.
Superfluous.
Superfluous costs, excess costs. I don't know. Useless isn't really the right word. Like hunting is okay, but there's a better word. Useless is the wrong word because I know what you're trying to say. It's inútil, but it doesn't translate as useless in this context. In Spanish, it's inútil, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
It doesn't translate as useless. It sounds a little bit... Useless is like your personal opinion. That guy's useless. He doesn't work. It sounds very subjective. So I would say, yeah, whatever I said there. Excess costs, superfluous costs, maybe unnecessary. That could work too. Okay. We want to renegotiate rentals. That was put well. To renegotiate is a good way to say it in business English. To offer a restructure, I don't know if I like the word offer. That's the only thing. I would say to restructure, but I don't know why you used the word offer, and I don't remember the full sentence. But just be careful with how you make a collocation. We don't offer a restructure. Maybe you're saying the consultant company could do this service. In that case, you offer a service. So that could be okay. But somehow in what you said, it didn't sound quite right. I don't remember the exact sentence. So just be careful about the collocation.
Okay.
Do we offer a restructure? I don't know if we do that. We propose you. That needs to change. You can't say we propose you.
Okay.
What can you say?
We propose you to have a restriction on your stuff.
We cannot say we propose you. It's not possible. It does not exist. So what's an alternative to we propose you? Can you think of an alternative word to propose? Propose is okay, but we propose you is not okay.
We are proposing.
Okay, that's better. We are proposing.
Our idea, our goals, our
idea is to. That's good too. Or we suggest. Or we say. Or something similar. So you've got a few possibilities there. Either we propose, not we propose you.
Okay.
Or we are proposing, or we suggest, or our idea is to do X, Y, and Z, or we say, do this, or why not? If you want to pose like a question, why not restructure? The why not is good because it whether the person does it or not, in their head they're answering the question. If you say it as a question, people can't help but answer the question that might engage the audience even better. What else did I want to say? Restructure labor policy. I don't remember what the thing was there. We realized this was painful was a good expression. You were acknowledging the audience. That was good. Okay, just to finish up in part 2. In the core business, you said something about, you used the expression on straight. Do you remember the sentence you said? It was something about...
Focus on your straight? No.
Say that again?
To focus on on the core business on your strength.
Oh, strengths. Ah, okay. I didn't hear. Focus on your strengths.
Yes.
On your strengths. It was a pronunciation problem. Strengths.
Exactly.
Say it for me. Strengths.
Strengths.
Okay, that was better. I just need to hear that th at the end. Strengths. It's hard. It's really hard because you have to say g, th, s back to back. Strengths. It's difficult.
Strengths.
Yeah, that's it. That was good. So that's why I didn't hear you. I didn't hear the ending of the word, so I thought you said straight. Okay, but so just a pronunciation issue.
Strengths.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And then I have another note there. We propose. I don't know exactly what you said, but we propose. I think what you want to say here. I wrote we propose outsource. If you're going to say that structure, after propose, you need a gerund. We propose outsourcing non-core activities. So I think you didn't use the gerund. That's why I wrote it. Finally, focus on investigations. That's, you're thinking in Spanish. How do we say that in English? It's not investigations. It's R&D. What's R&D stand for? The R in R&D. D is design or development, and R is
Research.
R&D. Research, right.
Okay.
Right. So not investigations, but research.
Research, yes. Okay.
All right. Okay, so all in all, the bottom line is this. I think 90% of the language sounded great. The 10% I wanted to fix, I've just shown you what you could do. And I think Rebecca's point was very good. Try to signpost inside each of the parts of your presentation, even if it's just sequential phrases like first of all, next, then, last. Just that might be enough to have people follow you more clearly. Okay, so just signposting. All right. If there's any other presentations, we're going to have to do them tomorrow because we got to move on with our class for today. Okay. But,
thank you very much.
Very good job. Round of applause for Greg. Everyone, clap. Let's move on to something new here. Let's move on. I want to give you some new language. So, yesterday we did a little brainstorming with fractions. If you have a special number, maybe we'll talk about it at the end if we have time. But I want to give you some new language today. So what I want you to do is look at the 3 pictures in the text. Oops, where's the text? There's the text on the next slide. But I want you to look at these 3 pictures. These are all examples of, quote, killer technologies. Why are they called this? First, I want you to make an educated guess. Look at the picture, tell me what you think it represents, and tell me why it might be called a killer technology, according to the author that you're going to read. All right? So, Odie, why don't you take the first picture for me? What do you think that picture is meant to represent?
The engine.
Yeah, that's what it is, but what does it represent? It is an engine. But metaphorically, what form of technology do you think it's meant to be?
It's for cars.
Okay, so it could be automotive, sure.
Automotive.
Okay. And let me ask the class as well. Automotive is an example of
For me, it's energy or power.
Okay. Absolutely. Could be power, could be energy, because it's run on fossil fuels, engines like that. Probably. It's run on electricity, but it comes from fossil fuels, so it could be power. Any other ideas in a more general sense besides power?
Like a heart.
Like a heart? That sounds very biological.
Well, is the machine to move the body. So then an engine is like that.
Exactly. The machine is the key word. Machine, automation. So what comes to my mind is, from what you said, is it could represent automation, or what's another word for all of that automation that we use to run our economy? Can anyone think of a good general word?
Optimization.
Equipment.
Yeah, but I don't want to focus on the thing itself. I want to focus on the general idea.
Okay.
Someone else said something. I didn't hear what it was.
Industry.
Industry. Yeah, I think so. Maybe industry. And who said that? Is that Greg?
Greg, yeah, I do.
So maybe the first one is industry, or automation and machines and equipment, maybe. So that kind of technology, industrial technology. And Greg, what do you think about the middle picture?
For me, it's about the internet.
The internet. Okay. And let's say, Jose, look at the picture on the right. What kind of technology do you think that is?
Electronic. Electronic.
Yeah, electronic technology. Okay.
Electronic
Jose,
technology. Yes.
these are all example, according to the author, excuse me, according to the author, these are all examples of killer technologies. We don't know what that means yet, but Jose, how do you think electronic technology might have been a killer technology when it was invented, or when it came into prominence? In other words, when we started to all use it.
The electronic technology changed our lives, no?
Sure, and killer. So, did it kill something off? What do you think electronic technology killed off that was there before?
What is the meaning of the word kill off?
Forget about kill off. You know what kill is.
The meaning of kill is die, no?
Exactly.
Yes. Kill off?
Kill off means to die completely. Everything dies.
Everything die.
Like the dinosaurs.
Yes.
What killed off the dinosaurs?
Sorry, what is the...
Remember the dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs? What is the mean?
Look in the chat window.
The dinosaurs. Okay.
Dinosaurs.
Yes.
Not
dinosaurs. Okay.
Jose, what killed off the dinosaurs?
What killed off the dinosaurs? I think that killed off the dinosaurs. I don't know who killed off the dinosaurs, but I think that the time. No?
It wasn't a who. It was a what.
Okay. What? The pass of the time, no?
Maybe. There's a theory.
It's a theory. It's a theory. I don't know.
There's a theory that a meteor probably killed off the dinosaurs. I'm going to put that in the chat window too.
Probably killed off the dinosaurs the pass of the time.
I don't agree. I think it was a meteor from outer space. A meteor. Big rock. A meteor. Yes. So we say killed off because the entire species died, not just one dinosaur.
All the species.
All the species, right. So, Jose.
Yes.
What did electronic technology kill off? What species did it kill off?
I think that the electronic technology don't kill off, no, at the moment.
It's still alive, yeah. But
Yes.
what came before? What did it kill off before, in your opinion?
Pues I think that kill off the electronic technology before.
What came before electronic technology?
Poof.
What came before?
I don't know.
Class, help him out. What came before?
Manual works. No?
Okay, so for example, so manual,
Okay.
not manual work, Greg, manual labor.
Analogic devices, for example.
Exactly. Analogical. I think we say analogic or analogical.
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 Okay.
I think it's analogical. Analogical devices were killed off.
Kill off. Okay, before.
Exactly. Or killed off by electronic technology. That's it. That's a good example. And we say killed off because just about all analogical stuff was killed off, like a species, and was replaced. Odie, what do you think the internet killed off?
The internet killing of
Killed off.
kill
What do you think
off.
it killed off? What came before?
What came before? Newspaper, but it is not kill off.
It is killed off. Who reads a newspaper?
Well-
Nobody. Maybe in Jakarta, I don't know, but here, I read my news online. I would never pay for a newspaper. Well, maybe I would, but not often. I think it's a good example. Print. Look, Odie, print media was
Print me.
killed off by the internet. Print media, for example.
Yeah.
So when you say newspaper, that's okay, but that's specific. Generally, print media.
Yeah.
When was the last time you bought a newspaper or a magazine?
Oh, I don't remember.
Exactly.
I don't remember.
That's,
Yes, that's right.
that's my point exactly. Me neither. I can't even remember. In the 80s, maybe. I don't know. Okay? And Rebecca, let's go back to that engine. Let's imagine that is industry or automation. What do you think that killed off? What came before it?
The humans work, or or
Human powered work, maybe.
animals work.
Animal.
For example, now a car before a engine car was a car with horses.
Right. We have an expression. We say, Rebecca, we say the horse and buggy. Because
Okay.
buggy is the carriage. So
Okay.
the horse and buggy was killed off by industry and by automation. So now we have cars, we have planes. So the horse and buggy was killed off, just like the dinosaurs. All right. That's the idea. So that's the idea of killer technology. Let's do a little bit of reading and focus on vocabulary. Notice the words in bold. These are important words for talking about figures, specifically the figures here. And they're really good vocabulary words that you should be using. Okay, so let's see if we can divide this up. Each take a little paragraph. They're short. Daniel, why don't you start us off, please? On the top left.
When the steamship was introduced, it was known. Introduced.
Good.
When the steamship was introduced, it was known for blowing up. Eventually, however, the technology improved and it mostly replaced its predecessor, the sailing boat. Then along came the internal combustion engine, and the steamship in turn became redundant.
There you go. So that's a picture of the internal combustion engine, and it was better in some way. Blowing up. Do you know what that means? Blowing up.
Explode.
Explode, right. So when it was first created, it didn't work very well. Then it worked, but we came along with something better. Okay? Greg, take the next little paragraph, please.
The petrol engine proved to be by far the most important technology of the early 20th century, and car ownership grew by approximately 50% each year between 1910 and 1930, as well as replacing what came before it. This killer technology revolutionized the entire world economy in just over 20 years, with its impact on transport, trade, road building, and oil.
The petrol engine. So, is the petrol engine the same as the internal combustion engine, or is it different? Is this paragraph an extension of the last one, or is it a new idea?
Let me a minute.
Because it mentions, along came the internal combustion engine, and the steamship in turn became redundant. So are we talking about the internal combustion engine, or are we talking about a different kind of engine here? Let's see if that's clear.
I think you speak about progression, no?
I can't hear you. Speak about what?
The progress of
Progression. Okay.
progression of petrol engine during the
Is the petrol engine an internal combustion engine? Yes or no?
yes.
Yes. So this paragraph is just an extension of the last one. It's an extension of the idea of the internal combustion engine. Okay, just to make sure that's clear. By the way, Greg, where do you live? You're somewhere near Barcelona?
Yeah, very near from Barcelona, in Hospitalet.
Did you ever live in France?
Yeah,
How long?
22 years.
You have a French accent in English. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, I'm French.
because you talked about living in Catalonia, but you have a kind of French accent. It's not that strong, but I can hear this, in just with this and that. I can hear a little French accent.
Yeah, I'm French.
There we go. Now I understand. All right, let's keep going. Jose, next one, in the second half.
In the second half of the 20th century, the transistor experienced a similar extremely fast growth.
Wait. Experienced.
Experience.
With a T at the end. Experienced. Good.
A similar extremely fast growth. The number of transistors produced in the world has reached 10. I don't know the number.
Can anyone say that number?
I'm not aware.
Elevado.
Elevado is to the 18th power. To the 18th power. 10 to the 18th power. Jose, say
10
for me.
to the 18th power.
Good.
10 to the 18th power. Compared to just over a million in 1955, the
55?
1955.
Good.
The average price per transistor has fallen steadily from I don't know, one tenth of a cent in 1975 to about 1/10 millionth of a cent this year. In addition, chips' critical dimensions have shrunk from 5,000 nm.
nm is nanometers.
Okay.
When we express really small spaces, we express
Okay.
them in nanos.
nm. To slightly less than 90 nm since 1974 and are continuing to fall.
Okay, are there any words that you don't understand in that paragraph?
Mhm.
Or is it pretty clear? Is it just clear? Jose?
Steadily? What is the meaning of steadily?
Of extremely?
Yes.
Ah,
Steadily.
so extremamente?
Steadily.
Same in Spanish, I think. Am I right,
Yes.
guys? Daniel?
Yes.
Greg? Say it in Spanish for me.
Extremadamente.
Extremadamente, ¿no?
Yes.
Extremamente.
Yes.
So it's the same.
Steadily is the same that extremely, no?
I don't think so.
Say it for me in Spanish, Jose.
Constantemente.
Constantemente, really?
Very
Is similar, extremely fast. It just means very, very fast.
Constant. You know, like constant.
Yes. Continually. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's continually. I think it's just.
Constantly, yeah?
I think
Yes,
it's just
yes.
very, very fast. Extremely
Very fast.
Very
Okay.
fast.
But you're speaking about steadily, no? Steadily.
I don't know. I thought he was asking about the first sentence where it says. Jose, which
Yes.
word are you?
No,
which sentence are
extremely,
you?
no. Steadily.
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 The third one from
Steadily.
on the top.
Okay. Steadily.
Ah,
Steadily.
Steadily.
Steadily. Steadily.
Constantemente.
Yes. Okay.
That's it. How's my Spanish? Constantemente. Good?
Good pronunciation.
Very good. All right. Odie, I think you are up for the combustion engine.
The combustion engine, and transistor were core technologies that in society. They led us. Is it led?
They led us? No, they led to.
Or they led to thousands of new developments, including mass tourism and television respectively. But as they opened the new opportunities, they also destroyed old industries.
Okay. That paragraph is pretty short and sweet. I guess it's not too hard to understand. So, these technologies created entire new ways of life. I guess that's really the main idea here. All right, and Rebecca, why don't you take the last one for us?
Okay. At the beginning of the 21st century, the Internet
Promises.
promises to bring about as much change as anything in history, and is developing fast. Internet speeds have increased substantially.
Wait, increased.
Increased
Good.
substantially. We have moved rapidly from 28.8
Kb per second.
kbytes per cent connection to
Not per
broad
second. Wait, not percent, but per second. Because it's
Per second.
KPB,
Per second.
KPBS, so kbytes, KB is
Kbytes.
kilobyte, P is for per, and S is for second. Kbytes per second.
kbytes per second connections to broadband. And in Europe, there was 206.2% growth in internet usage between, can I say, 2000?
Not here. Not here. Not possible.
This is year, okay. 2000 and 2007.
Exactly.
Thus reaching fractionally less than 40% of the population, or somewhere in the region of 325 million people.
322 million people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So, let's take a look at that key language. First of all, I think the gist is pretty clear. One form of technology replaced another. They're killer technologies, according to the author. Let me just see here. Maybe I can just make sure that the gist is clear for all of you. The steam engine was not a reliable technology. True or false? What you need to do is tell me true. And can you tell me what line in the text gave you that idea?
It's at the beginning. That's right.
Do you remember what it was?
It was when in blowing up. At the beginning, steam technology just was known to blowing up. No?
Exactly. That's right, yeah. So it was not stable. It would explode. Okay? Absolutely. So it's true because of that reason. Okay? Let's take one each. The petrol engine was the dominant technology between 1900 and 1950. Jose, is that true or false? And in the text, what gave you the idea? Jose, are you there? Hello, Jose?
Yes,
Uh-oh.
yes.
Okay.
I think that it is false, no? It was between 1910 and 1930.
Okay. And here, the petrol was the dominant technology between 1900 and 1950. So is it mostly true or mostly false?
Mostly true.
Mostly true. Yeah, I agree. Okay. And how do you know that? What line in paragraph 2 tells you?
Yes.
Or what does it say?
Each year between 1910 and 1930.
It grew each year.
Yes.
It grew.
Grew by approximately 50%.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, I agree. That's a good point. Or you could also say, we know it's that period because it says early 20th century. That's another way. So earliest 20th century and
20th century. Okay.
Okay, I agree. And the next one here, Odie, you take this one. The transistor production peaked in 1955.
What is peak?
Peaked is highest it will ever be. Like the peak of a mountain is the highest point.
I think it's true because it's compared just over a million in 1955.
Yeah, okay. So they gave us a number.
Yeah.
It reached 10 to the 18th power.
Reached 10, 80th. Yeah.
10 to the 18th power compared to just over a million in 1955. So let's go back here for a second. The transistor production peaked in 1955. There's only one problem with that question. The production of transistors, did it reach the highest point in 1955, or did it go higher, according to the text?
According to the text, it's go higher, but it's not highest number, I think, because it's just over. Okay.
10 to the 18th power is probably more than a million, I guess.
Yeah.
My math skills are not great. So the only thing is, it has reached 10 to the 18th power. So that means afterwards. So here, I would say that it's actually false, only because I don't know if peaked is the right word, because it got bigger afterwards. maybe it has never peaked. Maybe it's still growing ever since. It could. So I don't know if that's really true, but it is true that they talked about 1955. So maybe I would say false for this, because I don't know when the peak was. Okay, but anyway, you found the right part in the text, so that's the main thing. You know where they're talking about it. 10 to the 18th power, and it was over 1 million back then. All right, and let's see. And Rebecca, number 4.
The transistor was indirectly responsible for mass tourism. How do you pronounce this word?
Tourism.
Tourism.
You have to say rism.
Tourism. Tourism?
Yeah. That's right.
Tourism. Okay.
So would you say that's true or false from the
true.
text?
True.
It's true. And how do you know?
I don't know, because it's...
Well, look at the text. Tell me where.
What is that part of the text talking about that?
Find it.
Oh, okay. So...
I want you to find the language that gives you that idea.
Okay. Give me the language.
You tell me. Look in paragraph 1, 2, 3. Look in paragraph 4.
The paragraph, yeah. Which paragraph?
4. Look at 4.
Okay. Okay.
Is there anything in paragraph 4 that stands out?
Yes, of course. They led to thousands of new development, including mass tourism.
Exactly.
Tourism.
Here's the problem. You're saying tourism. Wait. Tourism. Put it on the first syllable. Tourism. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Tourism.
So the key language there is led to developments. So that's how you know. It led to developments.
Yeah, they led, yeah.
Okay, and Greg, the last one, number 5. What do you think?
Internet connection speeds were slow to improve.
Let's find out. What do you think? Were they slow to improve?
No, it's false.
Very fast.
Yes, very fast.
And what's the language used to express very fast here?
Have increased substantially.
Substantially. I agree. That's the right language. It is developing fast. Internet speeds have increased substantially, meaning from the beginning of the 21st century to now. So over the last 15 years. So that is pretty fast. And substantially means, does that mean fast, or does that mean a lot?
A lot.
A lot, right. Substantially, a lot. But it's a lot in a short period of time. So I think the answer is true for that one. Okay, so I think we're going to have to stop here. We're at the end of the hour. At the end of the hour. What I want you to do, let me see. I think we're going to have to pick up here tomorrow. I think so, yeah. We're going to have to finish this part tomorrow. We've actually got a lot to do. Okay, I'll see if I can give you a little bit of homework to move you ahead, because otherwise maybe we're not going to be able to get everything done, and we must finish this tomorrow so that you have time to do the homework and think about this over the weekend. I'll think about if I can give you something. Maybe I can have you do parts 3, 4. Maybe I can have you do parts 3 and 4 on your own. Just think about them, so that we can just pick up there and then go right into the next part, which is the listening here. Okay? So I think what I'm going to ask you to do is do 3 and 4 on your own, maybe even do 5 on your own, and if you can just have your answers ready to go for the beginning of class, so we can save a little bit of time. I think you can do this on your own. It's just based on the text. Okay, if there's any questions, send me a message in the Verbally message system, and I'll try to help you out. But try 3, 4, and 5 on your own. Just be ready with your answers at the beginning of class tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
And we'll take it from there, and then
Bye.
we'll try to use it at the end. All of the language we've learned. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
And don't forget, try your test from Unit 12. Don't forget, do your exam.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye for now, everyone. See you
Bye.
soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.